morning, boys and girls, and welcome to Church at Home, Lesson 13 for Pre-K. Can you guess where I'm at right now? That's right, I'm outside. And can you guess what I'm doing outside? I'm going on a creation walk. I'm looking for all the things that God created. And guess what I found? I found some trees that God created. I found the grass that God created. I found the sky that God created. I found the sunlight that God created. I even found some birds that God created. Today, we're going to read from the Bible, and we're going to read about how God created everything on the earth. Boys and girls, today, we're going to read from the Bible. The Bible is the Word of God. That means that when we open the Bible and when we read the words in the Bible, we are reading God's words. Isn't that cool? Today we're reading Genesis 1:1. God makes the world. What do you see here? Do you see a big black blob? In the beginning, there were no tall trees. There were no flowers, no animals, and no people. There was only darkness. But God was there, and this is what God did. What do you see? Do you see light? First, God said, "Let there be light." And there was light. God called the light day. God also made the quiet dark time, and he called it night. Wow. So even before there were tall trees, there was darkness. And then God said, "Let there be light." And guess what? The light listened, right? God created with just his words. Next, God made the sky. What do you see? Do you see the clouds? High and blue, God made the fluffy white clouds that floated in the wide blue sky. What do you see here? What did God make next? God put some water. Did you say water? God put some water there. Rivers and lakes flowed into oceans. God made big mountains and small hills. The land kept the waters apart. So God made the light, he made the sky, he made the water. What do you see he did next? What do you see, boys and girls? Let's read the words. Then God said, "Trees, grass, grow." Did you say that? And flowers grow. And they did. They listened to God's voice and they grew. Tall trees, soft green grass, fruit trees, vegetable plants, tiny flowers, and berry bushes all began to grow. Do you see them in the picture? But God was not finished. God made special lights in the sky. God made the sun to shine in the daytime, and he made the moon and the stars to glow at night. God made every star that twinkles in the sky. Isn't that cool? God makes animals. God's world was full of mountains and trees. It had oceans and lakes, but it was very still. No fish swam in the water. No birds flew in the sky. It was all quiet. God said, "Let the water be filled with living things." And did it listen to God? It did, right? And then the little shiny fish wiggled and scooted, and red and blue and yellow fish swam fast, and seahorses bobbed. So the sea was filled with living things, right? Let's see what God makes next. What do you see? What do you see here? Whales flipped their tails and dolphins jumped and swam. Then God said, "Let there be birds." Birds of all kind, birds of every color swooped and sang. And did they listen to God's voice? They did, right? Big eagles spread their wings, and chickens clucked, ducks dipped their heads and quacked. But God wasn't finished. He's still creating, right? What do you see here? What did God make next? God said, "Let there be animals on the land." And horses ran to the fields. Cows mooed and chewed. Do you see the cows and the horses? And he made the lions and the bears and the tigers. Now lively animals were everywhere. God looked at the waters full of fish. He looked at the land full of animals. And he looked at the waters he looked at the skies full of birds. And God saw that it was very good. God makes people. God saw that the whole world that he made. He saw the sky, hills, waters, and trees. He saw the sun and the moon. God's world was beautiful. God was glad to see the fish, birds, lizards, and furry animals he had made, but God was not finished yet. Look what he made next. Do you see it? God made man. God named the man Adam. God told Adam that he had a job for him, a very special, important job. His job was to name all the animals. Wow, that's a big job. And then he makes woman. But God still wasn't finished. He said, "It isn't good for Adam to be alone, so I'll make a person who's as perfect for him to love." So God made a woman. Adam named her Eve. God loved Adam and Eve. He told them to take care of his world, to take care of the animals and the birds and everything he sees. God's creation was finished, and it was all good. So boys and girls, today we learned that God created the heavens and the earth, right? And God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. The light listened, right? And God put the fish in the sea, and he put the animals on the land, and he put the plants on the land, right? And he even made Adam, which was the first man, and Eve, which was the first woman. Boys and girls, I want you to go outside today, and I want you to look at all the things that God made. I hope you guys have a great rest of the day, and I hope you join me next week for our Church at Home lesson.